This is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news, intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversation. 96.9 FM. The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the position of the management and staff of Guardian Network.
They say the sun and a shiny world, but the young some people world get never shine at all.
Talking Heads with Naughty is brought to you by the Bahamas Out Island Promotion Board, Burger King, the Cancer Treatment Centers of America, the Cleveland Clinic, the Fincastle Media Group, Fine Threads, Janae's Uniform Center, John's Department Store, Jerkers Wild, KFC, Naughty Johnny's, Percy's Island Games, Prince Masters, and Tropical Gyros.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty, only on Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
You got it locked and loaded to the Monday, June 24th edition of Talking Heads. Your boy Naughty and your company right up until 6 p.m. And of course, it's Monday, so we will chime in with Abaco. The phone lines will be open. And in New Providence, you know how to chime in. 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259. Toll free in any one of the family islands, 242-300-5720, 242-300-5720. Text lines powered by BTC, 422-GR96. That's 422-4796. Stream us live. Take us wherever you want to go. GuardianTalkRadio.com. That's GuardianTalkRadio.com. Cable channel 969. BTC Flow channel 612. That's how you get it in. That's how you get it on for fresh news, smart talk all day, right here on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. You know, it is Monday, like I said, so we will be going to Abaco live on the flip side of the break. We take the break now, and right out of the break, we'll be chiming in with Roscoe Thompson. We'll be picking up the buzz, brought to you by John Shoes, and seeing what Abaco is buzzing on. So keep it right where you got it. The Monday, June 24th edition of Talking Heads continues right after this.
Here's how you can become a talking head, brought to you by BTC.
Living with a neurological condition shouldn't define you. At Cleveland Clinic in Florida, we do whatever it takes to make life better today while discovering new treatments for a brighter tomorrow. From epilepsy management to specialized spine care and brain tumor surgery, we're delivering world-class neurology care for the day-to-day, for the days you live for every care in the world. Visit clevelandclinicflorida.org/Caribbean.
Is it a burger? No. Is it pizza? Come on, man, it's KFC. Whatever the crunch this is, it's delicious. New, the Kentucky Chizza Sandwich. Crispy chicken topped with marinara sauce, mozzarella, and pepperoni. Order your Chizza Sandwich now at KFCNassau.com or at your favorite KFC restaurant today. It's new and it's radical. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
John Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. You will find what you're looking for among the growing collection of classic and trendy styles with new arrivals every week. John's covers the whole family and has great prices, helpful and friendly customer service. Your experience shopping with us will be time well spent. Shop with us online at www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliances, so come on into John's, located on Rosetta Street in Palmdale and Carmichael Road West. John's, we put fashion at your feet.
You try to rest, but roll with the best. For all your printing needs, there ain't no one better, no. For posters and banners, magazines and flyers, for window decals, greeting cards and newsletters. No job too big and there's no job too small. You name it, we can print it, just give us a call. Let Print Masters bring your masterpiece to life.
Located in the Nassau Guardian Building, telephone 302-2361.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
It's time for the buzz. What are you buzzing on? Brought to you by John Shoes.
We're back at you on the Monday, June 24th edition of Talking Heads. Let's go down to Abaco right now. Roscoe Thompson should be chiming in as we do each and every Monday. What's going on, Roscoe?
Hey, good afternoon, Naughty. Good afternoon, Bahamas. Good afternoon, Abaco.
What's going on, man? What we got good this week? Good news out of Abaco. Any good news out of Abaco or the same old, same old?
No. Well, the road for Pelican Shores is being paved. That's some good news. Vaughn Miller, I think the minister was up here. I did not get to see him. But
When he was up there, he was checking up the leak. He was checking on the leak gate.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
Scully, you need to let me know because you're not about to drop something in the morning, right? You know, Tuesday and Thursday is the day for the callers. I'm about to drop one in the morning on them, you know. On all of Vaughn Miller, on all of Clay Sweeten, on all of John Pinder, the E. Alfred E. Newman. Why didn't you tell me? You all ever noticed that y'all MP for South and Central Abaco look just like Alfred E. Newman off Crack Magazine, off Mad Magazine? You forget Alfred E. Newman,
Mad Magazine.
He looked, that's a twin that's separated. Don't let me start them Abaco jokes about cousins now. Let me just leave that alone.
No. Leave that alone. No, but I was informed by by our administrator that Vaughn Miller was visiting, but unfortunately I could not. I had plans that day, so I could not, go and meet him, because we were only notified the day before. So I'm pretty sure he came up here to look at that and to look at our dump site. So I can't really comment on that because I was not with him, but that is what was said to me, that he was coming to Abaco for the day. I will try to confirm if he did in that regards. But Naughty Home Fabrics building is started reconstruction. We have a couple. I see them working at the old government clinic today. I don't know what they're doing there, but I saw some heavy equipment there today. I don't know if that's to go in the back or pushing some land for somebody else. I'll see tomorrow and be able to give you a report, on next week, Monday, on what happened there. But I guess things are happening because the budget was finalized. Is that correct?
Is it? Was it? I mean, I don't know.
Well,
because you know how this thing go. In a minute they can say it's finalized, then they come back and say it wasn't finalized, but it is finalized.
Well, you know what I mean.
You know how it is. The plane was bought. The plane was confiscated. The the Beamer was leased. It was purchased. It was leased. BPL ain't been given away. It's been sold. It ain't been sold. We could get it back. What we got to go on, Roscoe?
Naughty, I don't know. I've been so discouraged the last 10 days, 2 weeks, listening to some of the foolishness and how even some, and I don't want PLP spin doctors to take this the wrong way, but y'all can't spin this, what's been going on in the past couple of weeks. You could bring up about Minis and what they did with NIB. You could bring up about this. You could bring up, but they're not in government right now. Y'all are. And what I've seen so far out of this administration compared to the previous administration, he will surpass Minis as the worst PM ever. He has no control over his cabinet. He has no control over what's going on, it seems, in the Bahamas. I am, I give a friend of mine on one of our groups a little bit of a hard time, but I see you had a video with him today, and I
what do you mean, Dashron? Dashron, easy to catch, man. I was just to let everybody know Dashron Bannister is in New Providence, and in Abaco, and right in New Providence, right in Nassau.
But no, so I mean, Naughty. At the end of the day, what gets me is the Bahamian people are still suffering. The average Bahamian in our country is still taking it because of decisions that the government is making that, to me, I don't see they're in the best benefit is for Bahamians. They talk about, your first 200 kilowatts is going to be free. But Naughty, that's fine. That's free. But then aren't we still paying a fuel surcharge? Aren't we still paying fuel on a kilowatt per hour? Anyway, so BPL is getting their money. I just, where's it all going? So that, and then you look at this deal, 40%.
I'm still trying to figure out where 100% of a company, of an entity that you own completely is worth 40% of a company you don't own.
Yeah, think of the money. I mean,
and a foreign entity is heading up the company. And I don't know why a foreign entity comes, because we all know who in business with who. I don't know why we just can't hear it. You can connect the dots. You can see where everything's going.
But think about it, Naughty. How much do you think the Bahamian, let's say the Bahamas in general, how much do you think we paid in fuel surcharge?
Too flipping much. You almost caused me to say a joker's wild word.
Okay, but I'm just using that as an example. So that's investment that the Bahamian people already have into this company when you look at what we've been paying for the offsets of BPL. Now, do I agree with privatization? Yes, I do. But does it need to be done the right way? Yes, it does. Do I think a 40-60 split in the Bahamian people's favor is the right way? No, I don't. If you look at FPL, GPL, Georgia Power and Light, Florida Power and Light, I know we don't have nuclear and other types of energy, but at the end of the day, who are we buying the fuel guy? Who are the fuel guys involved? Who are these companies? Why are they involved? It's just real concerning when I start looking, at what's transpiring. So at the end of the day, wouldn't this administration just been better off to take another hedge fund out, save the Bahamian people 20%?
Well, this administration, if they didn't boo-boo up the first hedge fund, and Mr. Sayers got that right, then we wouldn't have this problem, Because there's another instance of misspeaking and the PM saying one thing, Sayers saying another thing, the chairman saying another thing. Come on, who's saying what? How many miles you talking out of? Let's go to the phone lines real quick. Talking heads. Heads. All right, hit us back, caller. Since we had you on hold too long, hit us back.
But Naughty, it's just a fact. I mean, let me tell you, like I say, Abaco, we're resilient. We're gonna get back. We're making leaps and bounds. I don't knock that. Construction is booming. Things are good and that, but that just per se in Abaco does not mean that things are better. It's frustrating when you have a minister of Family Island Affairs that in 3 years has not met with, your local township of Marsh Harbor Spring City, since he's been in. I mean, there's got to be some correspondence there. I know we work through the administrators, but you need to hear from, and you came up through the local government system. That's what gets me is looking and seeing what's happening in this country right now is mind-boggling, my friend.
It is. It really, really is. It really, really is. And to tell you the truth, that's the problem. We can't get answers, Roscoe. That's always the situation. It's always be looking for answers, chasing answers.
But why should we, Naughty? Shouldn't that be public information? Our News, Guardian, Tribune, ZNest, no matter who it's owned by or what, shouldn't they be reporting, factual information on what? I mean, I know we have opinions and we can throw them in, but on the facts of a purchase of a plane, how many times do we have to hear a different story? If you decided to purchase a plane for the PM for inter-island travel, then boom, that's what it should say. Line item budget, on the budget, boom. We paid this. This is what we're using it for. End of story. There would have been no questions asked. But because you leave it so vague, and then now one didn't know what it was for, now this one, and you've heard a bunch of different stories. At the end of the day, he's going to get the plane. So...
Yeah, it's coming, so you may as well do it. I just wish we could get the answer up front.
But, and I looked in some of our groups, in the groups that we're in, and, I'm in a lot of different groups. And, one of the biggest cries I hear from the Family Islands, and I'm very grateful for Abaco and, being from here and my family and everything in Eleuthera. But when I look and I hear what's going on in Eleuthera and what I hear is going on in, Exuma or Freeport or other, Grand Bahama and other areas, Long Island and just different areas. I mean, are we supposed to be in this type of trouble? I mean, are people supposed to be without water for that long? Is because of electric. I mean, why don't we use and go to St. George Power right there on Spanish Wells and find out what they're doing? And then why don't you run BPL like you do Spanish Wells? I mean, I'm just, here are things that are working. I'm lost.
That's the question, though, Roscoe. I mean, this is where we are every year, 3-4 years into administration, lost because of lack of communication, lack of information, and lack of follow through on campaign promises. And here we are. Abaco's still there, Grand Bahama's still there, New Providence.
Eleuthera. Look at Marco.
No water.
Saying what's going on in there in Eleuthera. And I mean, okay, come on. The minister and the MP is from Eleuthera. You know what? I mean, look at what Ingram did when he was the prime minister, what he did for Abaco. I mean, you got to get that. You can't keep people, especially a developing island, that's making leaps and bounds. The same with Exuma. They should be up on par with Abaco. Look at Grand Bahama. I mean, come on. I know you have your Grand Bahama show, but when is the airport? When are these things going to be done to generate? When is this road? When is this sale going to happen? I mean, these are questions that are continuously coming up and we have no answer for. You're telling me you can't find any hotel company out there that wants to buy the resort in Grand Bahama?
Obviously not, because it ain't sold in 3 years, and they've been promises and talks and comings of and goings, but never no deal.
All right, let me ask you this, because usually I don't ask you a question. Why do you think that is? Is it because somebody in government might not be getting what they want? I mean, I'm just curious. What do you think the reason is?
I think it's a myriad of things, Roscoe, and that may be a mitigating factor, contributing factor, along with others. You know how this thing go. All buck up, go. Let's get to the phone lines real quick. Talking Heads.
Naughty, how you doing?
Afternoon, how are you?
I'm okay. I studied and listened to Ross. So, only thing that comes across my mind right now is the handwriting is on the wall. And then you see LCPC being so bright and cold. What do you expect for them to do? They ain't going to do nothing no more. They haven't done it in the past 3 years. Something now, which is, I doubt it. I don't think anything much is going to come from it. Sad to say, but they ain't going to be doing too much.
Well, normally, Carla, when you say, like you said, the handwriting is on the wall, we as Bahamians, regardless of party affiliation, regardless of whatever party we're talking about, when that handwriting come on the wall, normally then they go into, let's get the bag together mode for when we out of office. Let's make sure we straight for when we out. So if they worrying about themselves for the last couple of years, you think they could worry about me or you?
No. We want anything, and then who know how elections go by.
Yeah, well, we are the conch because we keep electing the same individuals. He keep doing the same foolishness to us. We need to grab the hammer and start whopping back. Let the conch hit back. That's what I say. But I appreciate your call as always. Good point. Very good point. Let's get to the other call. Talking Heads.
Hello.
Hello.
Good, buddy.
What's happening?
Okay, Mount Master.
What's going on, Ratchet Mouth Jabba Jaw Sparky? It's your new phone number.
If you know what I'm saying, Naughty, sometimes I believe we as men and women in the Bahamas got to stand up for the future of our children and the future of our country. It's all about our love for the Commonwealth of the Bahama Islands. It's not about our love for the red shirt or the yellow shirt or the white shirt. We have to think about our children and our grandchildren and what we can leave for them. Not to follow these leaders like the pharaohs and the popes and the bishops and all of them who are only thinking about the friends, families, and lovers. Because most of them are only thinking about what they can mastermind for themselves during their 5 years in office. And if I'm a PMP and I see things going wrong, I'm naughty, And I go to my chief. I say, Chief, I worked my butt off to get you there. Now, all of a sudden, Chief, something changed. Your garments are not your garments anymore. You're walking down the road naked now. But your friends, your army officers, your generals, they are telling you you got a nice looking crown and you got a nice looking cape. I say you got to watch, Chief, who you got around you. And what we call them, round Penland time, round Perry time, round Ingram time, round Nimitz time. What we used to call them people used to be the hang on us. Naughty.
Sparky, I listen and I take it in what you're saying, man. I mean,
what we used to call them people used to always be the hang on us. We used to come up sometime to commission the query. I cannot recall it. You can't recall nothing. You can't. None of you in this commission inquiry could recall nothing. All the others get multi-rich overnight, this and that and that. Now you go there for one time and you go out. It looks like in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, Naughty, look like what our politicians of these days, during the years of technology, they're one-time politicians. They go in there, they swing you on your porch with some Guinness and thing, talking to your wife and kissing your baby, and they go there for one term for the sole purpose of ripping everybody off and see me no more.
All right, Sparky, good points, man. I got to get to the other calls, but you're making good sense today. Good points. Let's get to the text lines. Go ahead, Roscoe. Go ahead, Roscoe.
I agree with when you listen to when you listen to Sparky and what he was saying, and I say this because at times we forget that we're Bahamians and we put, because we're FNM or we're PLP or we're COI, we put that. But at the end of the day, Sparky is so right. It's our future generation. You know, my son is 20, and I look at him, and then I look, you know, if he decides to have children or my grandchildren, what are we giving them later on in life except debt right now? What do they have in this country? What are we invested in youth? And I just say that because it is true. When you look, there is no reason every Bahamian should not have a half acre or crown land somewhere. I mean, even if it's throughout the Bahamas or Puerto Rico, and you could decide what you want to do with it. But you get no more. That's something that should be looked at. You know, there's things that you can give to the Bahamians so it benefits them for generations to come. If they decide to sell it now, Naughty, that's on them. They don't get any more.
That's what they need to. I mean, it's got to be at some point, Roscoe, a better way forward. We can't keep running like hamsters on this wheel continually, over and over and over, doing the same old things. It can't be. It's not productive.
But if you were the government of the Bahamas right now, and I like the fact of it once it's operational, but the Land Registry Act and knowing what is available, what is, you know, private crown, whatever it may be, that would be great, because you know that we have X, Y, and Z crown land. I mean, the government at that time, if you want it for farming or housing or however you want, you get this. This is what it is. Boom. End of story. That's yours. That's your part. What you decide to do with it is done. If you sell it and you move, you're done. You got your investment of what you. I just think if the government did that right now, they would be hailed as, but they're not going to do it.
It's not good for business. That's why.
It's exactly because somebody's going to make a big chunk of change off a big acreage of crown land. We have an issue in Sandy Point right now, or outside of Sandy Point, of development, which I know that Sandy Point needs some development. But rather than going so big, why don't you do an eco-friendly resort out there that encumbers nature and the outdoors? You can put a golf course in, you could do whatever, but it fits the aesthetics of what's out there, rather than god-awful marina and, you know, whatever it may be. Use the benefits of what you have around you and sell that. I mean, this is the same group for 20 years that has been looking to do this project in South Abaco, and they keep changing the name because they don't have the funding to do it.
The more we go forward, it's like one step forward, 10 steps back. I mean, it's just a continual. Look at this cycle, though, Roscoe. It is the same cycle we've been running in for 50 years, more or less.
Nordy, and I agree with you. And you know, I say this to people, and I've really sat back and looked at it. When you look at it right now, and I don't try to make excuses because you know I was not a big Menace fan, but you went through Irma, you went through Dorian, you went through COVID. Your competent authority, I didn't agree with. You know, it's said and done. In the 3 years this government has been in power, we have not had no pandemic, no hurricane. We've had no major hurricane.
So what's the excuses?
And so why are we? What's going on?
Let me get to the text lines. I got some text we got to get to. What is going on is a great question, Roscoe. Why are we still here? Should be the question. Why are we still here? Good day, Naughty. I don't agree with the statement that Menace is the worst PM, and that's fine. I agree with it, but we agree to disagree on that one. But what if Brave is really that bad then? Maybe he should call an early election and get out of Dodge quick. Well, it worked for Menace. Why don't see if it worked for Brave? Naughty, please let's understand why we have a Minister of Energy responsible for BPL. But instead we have a PM, a Prime Minister on a commercial 50 times a day trying to win the hearts of the Bahamians over off of a bad deal. Is she not capable of promoting her own industry, her own ministry? Boy, well, perception is reality, Dexter. So, you know, that's what it seems. That's the perception right there. Because there's always selective times when they want to answer in the House, and they make a statement and keep it moving. Definitely be responsible for the who, what, when, where, why of their ministry and be able to speak on it at any time. Naughty, I agree with you. Go ahead, Roscoe.
What did I say to our friend in that group? What was the one word I kept on saying for the last couple of days? Perception, or the last couple of weeks. Perception.
Correct.
Perception. As you keep on doing this, the perception of the government promise right now is that they do not know what they are doing.
Well, there's a definite increase in fuel surcharge. People are telling me their bills have almost doubled since the last billing period. And this was supposed to be the month of decline, July, but now it's going up. So I don't know. Here's another text, Roscoe. Caller, I see, I'm coming to you now. Naughty, my brother went to school and learned how to make tennis, but he had no hands. Oh, Lord. Text, I even go in there. You're typing loan. Get that text better back to me, man. I don't know what you're trying to say. But if your brother did go to school and learn how to make sneakers, I hope he come back home and create a brand that goes global and he makes millions off it. And put the factory right here. Naughty, have you heard the baby crying voice note from Alfred Gray? Yes, I heard the voice note. I don't know if that was a baby crying or some corns getting mashed, but anyway, let's go to the phone lines. Talking Heads.
Hey, Naughty.
What's happening?
How you do?
I'm good, man. When you finish playing DJ, bring it down in the background for me.
Yeah. What we got here is the Minister of Finance.
You got to bring the music down for me, brother. I can't hardly hear you.
Sorry. Yeah, the Minister of Finance now coming out after Monroe tried to explain the foolishness with the plane, right? And they couldn't get it right because they know that when I call Howard Show on Friday and tell them come straight and say which plane it is, they knowing that plane ain't worth $2.5 million. It's a King Air B.
Now you have proof that it's a King Air B200?
That's what they say.
Who say that?
That's the release.
Okay, all right.
Monroe said it this morning.
All right, no problem. I'm just making sure where your source was that you got the right source. It's all good.
That's the lowest level King Air there is. Okay?
So that ain't even up there with the Beechcraft King Air? Because that Beechcraft a little more.
Pratt & Whitney produce King Airs, but they got 200, 300, 350s and all the rest of that. Okay? And the first series was the 200, and then they go B series, then C, D, E, F. But when you're talking, that ain't no new model King Air. But they had to come out and try to explain, and the foolishness that Monroe run on with, I don't know why he keep talking all of these things about what they're going to do with the gurney and what they're going to put into it, because it's a simple process of outfitting the plane. They should have just come straight and show some bona fides, some honesty and sincerity of intent from the beginning. If they're going to now since this morning, then here comes the Minister of Finance trying to explain about what he says, that the police decided to accommodate the government. The government tells the police what to do. Okay?
Last time I checked, yeah. I mean,
then you stop changing the story.
Listen, this story is a good one, but it's up there with Bermuda Gate. It keeps continuing. The goalposts keep moving. With no answers in sight.
This worse than BPL. He ain't get nothing out of them now. Now they offer him $20 discount off the first 200 kilowatts. That's only $20 off everybody bill. But still, like they say, we still got to pay the surcharge and everything else. Okay.
All right.
You all have a nice day.
You too, brother. Appreciate you calling in as always, man. Thanks. Go ahead, Roscoe. Answer the call.
No. Listen, and I'll just use an example. That $2.5 million that they used to acquire the plane, whatever it may be, in regards to that. I'm just going to use a rough number here. Right now, we're looking at getting a tanker from Marsh Harbor stateside that costs about, I don't know, anywhere between $30,000 and $40,000 secondhand. Okay, that's without duty or anything. So usually you can get that way, bringing in equipment like that. But if the government had used $1 million of that to outfit each of the islands with their own tanker truck, I mean, think about that. I mean, you could easily purchase 20 to 30 tanker trucks for that amount. And when we're talking about tankers that hold 3,000 gallons of water, and, they're pumping out 1,500, 2,000 PS, in their pumps. They have good pumps on them. So it just gets to me that we sit here and we don't look at these necessities that we need in the family islands and, use some of this money, which could have been used for something like that. Just as an example.
Just makes me shake my head over and over and over and over. Here we are, though, Roscoe, in 2024. How many instances and situations like that we look back over our lifetime, and it's the same thing, just being replayed with a different entity.
Point. I agree with you, and that's why I say that accountability and transparency. When you see, and I'm going to say this, which I'm very, he used to work at Guardian Radio, but to see some of his comments, and I was very disappointed in a certain person and their remarks with the sale of BPL, and it kind of gets me of is that what we go into journalism for? Is to end up selling our souls or getting an appointment from government? Is that what you're at Guardian Radio right now for?
That's not what I'm here for.
No. I'm just asking.
And I thank God. I thank God that over my whole entire life, I never had to have a government job. I never had to wait for government. Never. Myself in a position where I work for great companies with great upward mobility, or I put myself in a position as a professional to earn my keep as myself.
I don't know. Because it concerns me when you have, you've seen what happened in the past, the last cycle of elections, and it's like, who's speaking for their supper rather than having some strong values and standing. Because basically what you said is you're only speaking out against this party, but you were really for this party. It doesn't show. And that's why I say we need that. And people say it, the Freedom of Information Act. That is what needs to be implemented, so the press, so everybody can get factual information rather than hearing 5 and 6 different stories. You know, I mean, that would clear it up right then. It's and people got, the government has to learn. Come on, listen, Naughty group. I have a budget for the township. If I want to do something, the motion has to be made. We have to form a new line item. We have to justify what it's for, what the expenditure is going to be per year on that. Put it out to tender, boom, do that. I just can't add a line item and say X, Y, and Z, $3,000 a month, and it doesn't justify or say what it's going to.
Right. Caller, I see. I'll get to you in a second. Listen, let me touch point here now. Listen, you know me, sometimes when I say things, I don't want you to think I read my joke as wild hat. Props to all my friends and fam who work in government. If that works for you, that's great. I'm just saying, over my career, I never had to go that route, and that worked for me. But if that works for you, I'm not knocking that at all. Because, you can't get fired from a government job. You keep that forever. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
But I have the utmost respect for Zhivago Lang, who was a sitting minister, an MP, and he's on Garden Radio. But, and I appreciate that, in that regards. Even Howard Grant yourself, because of the lineup and the people that you have, even CA, and I guess I don't want to say I'm trying to big up Guardian, but I'm just saying I respect the people because they're opinionated and they're going to tell you the facts of what they know that they see published or what is relayed to them. Right. And the unfortunate thing, at the end of the day, some of that information is not even correct because it's so many different stories going around.
Issued, obviously, and put out by the administration, a current administration. Let's get to the text lines real quick. Naughty, this administration can only get worse. They had a golden opportunity coming out of the pandemic with alarming growth. They failed to capitalize. On top of it, after 3 years as Bahamians, we can't put our finger on anything significant they have done. Think about it. They would say they lowered VAT to 10%, but put the 10% on breadbasket items. So what did they really do for us Bahamians? It's a good question. Naughty, I want to see the ombudsman bill. We need someone to hold these people accountable. Roscoe, I got one for you. Naughty, excuse me, let me get this right. Naughty, I want to admonish Roscoe. Our government is not supposed to give its citizens land, assets, etc., and government should make a way for its people. Don't depend on governments or corporations to fix problems. Social revolutions are led by passionate individuals, and that's what makes the difference. Well, I think Roscoe and Abaco have done a great job, Let me admonish you for a second there, Texter. I think Roscoe and them have done a great job not dependent on this administration to get Abaco back up and running because they've done nothing to assist them on the heels of the previous one, kicking them into ding-ding when they were down. So I think that right there, I need to admonish you for that because the whole case in point that Abaco is where it is proves they're not dependent on government corporations to fix the problems. Now, as far as Roscoe goes, what's your statement on the land? Clarify that for the texter, please, Roscoe.
I use that as an example. I didn't say every Bahamian thinks about this $100,000, the COI that we could get. Okay, well, you know what? In $1,000, we have a population of 400,000 Bahamians. Okay, and I say this: if you're an organic, true Bahamian with the right, born here, boom, this is your country, this is where you live, boom. Even if it's a quarter acre or a half acre, at least then you own something in this country. It is part of the Bahamas. It is yours. It is ours. We right now are carrying the debt of this nation, which is at $12 billion, which roughly works out to $30,000 a person if we have a population of 400,000. That's a burden we're carrying. I'm not saying for government to give us X, Y, but at the end of the day, at least then you can decide what you want to do with that land. If you want it for farming, if you decide to build some duplexes on it, you rent it out, you sell it, you're done, one and done.
Let's get to the phone lines real quick, Roscoe. Talking Heads.
Yeah, Naughty.
Hey, what's happening?
Yeah, what's going on? Yeah, Roscoe, how'd go, Roscoe?
Right.
Yeah, man, everything bless up. Boy, Naughty, that's a long hold, boy, for a cell phone. Thank God, just a postpaid.
I knew it was you. I knew it was you. That's why I didn't want to get to you, man. I was like, this look like muff. I'll just lighten up this muff roll. Like, oh, God.
For real, all right. But I agree with you. See, what happened? Roscoe do too much of a good job, man. That's what happened. See, Roscoe, what they want you to do next time, they want you form the human chain again. Would you form with them 5 gallon a bucket? They want you run the 500 feet of garden hose with a pressure cleaner. That's what they want you to do next time. You do such a good job. Tell them was no fire engineer. Would y'all have any old coach over there? You need to take some cushion of the old coach and bed the back of them trucks. When they have 50 trucks, bed the back of the truck and you all put the patients and things and then they can feel it soft on the back of the truck.
Hey, listen, Roscoe, I can tell you, Muff is a huge fan of what y'all did with that impromptu fire engine y'all created MacGyver style up there in Abaco, you know.
Right, but yes, but y'all did a good job. You see y'all saved the house? You see how close the fire is up on the back of those? And for God forget, don't let no tourists get knocked down or maybe car accident. With some cushion from an old coach. Put the tourists them on that. And then you got to ride them up on the back of the truck way up the Marshall Harbour Clinic. That's what they want. That's what they want in 2024. You know, that's what they want. That's what they want in this country. Yeah, but the type of taxes would be paid. And VAT would be paid. That's what they want, you see. They want CNN, see?
Yeah.
A tourist, they are on the back of a truck with a brake leg or something and one of them car accidents, going up to the clinic on the back. They want that on CNN, on MS, NBC, and all of them. They want to go wild. They want to go around the world. That's what they want for the Bahamas. That's the luck they don't get for the Bahamas. You know, you got 2.5. Man, look here. A fire engine go up at 400,000. That could get at least on 5 of them. Or on 5 ambulance, man. And things like that. Now the island far. The islands them far now. Because some distance between settlement them far. So you need like 3-4 ambulance. At least for Lucha alone.
There you go.
You can get... And that's the one good thing. Believe it or not, there's a lot of places around in the States, especially in Florida, and you know, we're not talking about a 2010. We're talking 2017, 2016, 15 tankers that you can get that are qualified. I mean, that are in great shape. You know, that can go to these islands, and they're only $40,000. You know, it's
2.5 million could get.
That's what I'm saying. You have, I mean, Marsh Harbor has their own EMS. We have our own medical ambulance, but we do not use it. It was donated. Now, if EMS is down here, they need assistance because it's, you know, multiple, they will call to ask for use of that to bring that out. But we have our with oxygen for our firefighters. I mean, Marsh Harbor volunteer that does this central area and these things. I mean, I'm very grateful for the team, even with John Pintard up there at EMS here at the government clinic, and what they do is good. But there should be no reason for a doctor to not be stationed in Sandy Point or other areas where there were before many years ago. Now everybody has to come up to Marsh Harbor.
Man, once it be in Blackwood, once it be in Sandy Point, once it be in Marsh Harbor, once it be in Cooperstown, man, these settlements should have a doctor. He join them, man, because it's too far. If something happened to get from settlement to settlement, man, we can afford it. And if you say only 40,000 for a good ambulance or a good fire engine, by 250 million to get released on 15. I mean, 2.5 million to get released on 15. So I see you getting to the 5 o'clock break.
Yeah, man, Muff, I can talk to you in 5 o'clock. Good call as always, bro. Good stuff. Roscoe, I can let you wrap it up because we got to get to the news, but I appreciate it as always. But real quick, nothing on that diesel leak still, though, right? It's still where it was.
It's still where it is. Nothing. I've not heard anything. No response from the minister.
I got something for them in the morning. Everything cool.
And it's just disappointing. I mean, that's it. It's the fact that, you know, at least let the public know what's going on and what to rectify it and what's being done. It's again, the lack of information that they're not willing to share for whatever reasons. It is absurd. At the end of the day, you know, this is our country, and, you know, people don't stand up for it. Then what are we doing here? You know, we have to stand up.
I agree. If you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything.
You know, and Naughty, you know me, and most people know me. I'm gonna call a spade, no matter if it was F&M or the PLP, in regards to government and the way things are run. And you know, I respect Michael Pintard, and he has been pushing for answers and questions. And I just want to wrap this up with this. And you know, I appreciate that, because that's what we need. That's just what the opposition. At the end of his term, you got to keep that pressure on, even though you're the opposition. And Adrian White and Kwesi and all them, they got to keep that pressure on, because that there shows that they are speaking up and looking out for the best interest of this country and what we to do to move. Now, the thing comes is when you do it and you get elected, there's things that need to be changed, like the Freedom of Information, the Bundsman Group. There are things that need to be done to move this country forward.
All right, Roscoe, good stuff. We got to get to the news. I appreciate you. Have a good rest of the week in Abaco, and we'll do it again on Monday, man.
Thank you, Naughty. Thank you, Bahamas, and God bless.
And make sure I share that video when it drop in the morning, all right?
I'll share when you send it and you tell me, I'll drop.
All right, man. Appreciate you, man. And everybody who's been watching, sharing, liking the coldest videos, 12 episodes yesterday. So 1 million views for the first 12 episodes of the coldest. Appreciate you all. And I'm glad to know y'all still like the coldest, man. Great stuff. Appreciate all of y'all, man. Quick break. Flip side of the break, we'll get right to the news. On the flip side of the news, we'll be into the 5 o'clock hour. We'll be talking sports, so keep it right where you got it. The Monday, June 24th edition of Talking Heads continues right after this.
Play with Island Games. We making dreams come true. Play with Island Games. We paying more money than noise in the market. You getting cash in your pocket. 'Cause Island Games is spicy and spicy is tradition. So when you play Island Games, we putting Bahamians first, guaranteed to pay. Island Games. We like them other jokers. We've been here from the start, from the bike to computer. Island Games. We gonna make your dreams come true. We playing with Island Games.
Cancer Treatment Centers of America is now City of Hope, creating one of the leading cancer care and research networks from coast to coast, providing more of what you need. More locations means more care closer to home. More specialists means more expertise. More research means more breakthroughs. More advancements means more treatment options. And more options means more hope. Learn more at cancercenter.com.
We all know that our country's electricity infrastructure is decades old. It is breaking down, it is too expensive, and it cannot transmit clean energy. Small changes aren't enough. We are taking it all on. Upgrading and modernizing the grid, solar power, major energy reform, and more reliable electricity. It will not happen overnight, but it will be game-changing.
Go to newenergyera.gov.bs to learn more.
Naughty Johnny's restaurant can only be described as the experience you want to recreate again and again and again. Their motto is simple food done well. You're welcome into their home at Naughty Johnny's, where you can dine on crack conch fritters, and other Bahamian favorites. There's also an international flair that's guaranteed to offer something for everyone. Enjoy a good meal and listen to a live band on their patio Friday and Saturday nights, or brunch on Saturday and Sunday. Only at Naughty Johnny's restaurant in the Old Town Plaza, Old Fort. They're open 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Monday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. Friday, 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. on Saturday, and 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. on Sunday. Naughty Johnny's. Well worth the trip.
This is Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM, Nassau, Bahamas.
Talking Heads with Naughty is brought to you by the Bahamas Out Island Promotion Board, Burger King, the Cancer Treatment Centers of America, the Cleveland Clinic, the Fencastle Media Group, Fine Threads, Janae's Uniform Center, John's Department Store, Jerkers Wild, KFC, Naughty Johnny's, Prestige Island Games, Prince Masters, and Tropical Gyros.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty. Only on Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
You can call my...
We're back at you on the Monday, June 24th edition of Talking Heads. Your boy Naughty and your company right up until 6 p.m. Well, actually, Pearly chiming in right now. Pearly's going to actually take you to the rest of the way in the 5 o'clock hour. I have a prior I do need to get out to. I got to go tell some jokes, man. I got a corporate. So I got to be able to get out of here and get where I need to be, and, entertain the tourists and keep them laughing and keep them happy. But Pearlie's definitely going to hold you down in this hour. Dodgers have been winning, so I'm sure Pearlie got lots to talk about in that arena. He ain't zoomed in yet? Oh, you get cut off it. That's God. God don't want him to talk about them Dodgers because God is a Yankee. All right, well, while we wait for Pearlie, I'll check out Today in Sports History, all brought to you, of course, by Naughty Johnny's. And listen, Naughty Johnny's, that Kong chowder was off the chain today, man. Props to the chef. It was all good. On this day, June 24, 1911, John J. McDermott became the first American-born winner of the U.S. Open. 1922, the American Professional Football Association took the name of the National Football League. 1952, Eddie Arcaro became the first U.S.-born jockey to win 3,000 races. 1962, the New York Yankees beat the Detroit Tigers 9-7 after 22 innings. 1968, Jim Northrup of the Detroit Tigers tied a Major League Baseball record when he hit 2 grand slams in one game. 1971, the National Basketball Association modified its 4-year eligibility rule to allow for collegiate hardship cases. 1979, Bob Watson of the Houston Astros in San Francisco. On September 15, 1979, he became the first player to hit for the cycle in both leagues when he did it with the Boston Red Sox. 1980, the Atlanta Flames franchise moved to Calgary, Alberta, and became the Calgary Flames. 2003, Barry Bonds of the San Francisco Giants became the first player to reach 500 home runs and 500 stolen bases in a career. 2010, the NHL Board of Governors approved a penalty for a lateral blindside hit to the head. The penalty, an illegal check to the head, was set a 5-minute major penalty, an automatic game misconduct, and possible supplemental discipline from the league. And in 2010, John Isner defeated Nicholas Mahut after 11 hours and 183 games. The sets were 6-4, 3-6, 6-7, 7-9 in that one, 7-6, 7-3 in that one, and 70-68. Now that's a marathon right there. Today's quote, nobody climbs the mountains for scientific reasons. Science is used to raise money for the expeditions, but you really climb for the hell of it. Sir Edmund Hillary, who climbed Mount Everest, by the way. We got Pearlie in yet?
I'm right here.
All right, Pearlissimo. That's a wrap on Today in Sports History. Slide into the local scene, all brought to you, of course, by Burger King. Now, Today in Sports History, brought to you, of course, by Naughty Johnny's. Local sports scene, Burger King, the home court. And it's all about that angry breakfast, man. Try that angry sandwich waiting for you at your favorite Burger King Nassau location. Start your breakfast the right way with a little spiciness, a little pep, a little anger in your day. It's a good kind of angry. Get you motivated, get you fired up. And it's waiting for you at your favorite Burger King Nassau location. Local news, man. Props to the Freedom Farmers. The Farmers swept the Nationals over there in Grand Bahama. All the divisions, Freedom Farm won. 14U, 12U, 10U, 8U, and Coach Pitch and T-Ball. So they did that thing. Only division they didn't win was 16U. That was won by JBLN, and 23U, which was won by Community Baseball League. But the Nationals have wrapped up. So now we get ready for the Jazz League. I hear Jazz League coming up, so that's going to be a good look. And time for travel ball and all that good stuff. So props to all the young baseball players and all the coaches. Well deserved for everybody who won and participated. And now let's look for next season, how we can improve baseball in the country and get it to the next level, bigger and better.
Okay, sounds good.
And I'm looking for some other local sports scenes, but I kind of can't find where I put the sports page. There it is. There it is. Mako wins 6 straight swim nationals as well. The Mako swim team. Mako Aquatics won the 6th straight national title at the Aquatics Federation National Swim Championships, and it was held at the Betty Kenning National Swim Complex, Pearlie. So good to see the pool is still holding up. We got Pearlie, or he dropped out again? Or is he sitting on the mute? And out of judo, Bahamian judoka Alexander Strong won a bronze medal at the Pan American Judo Open in Lima, Peru. So there you go. Well represented locally and internationally. Good stuff all the way around. Good stuff all the way around. All right, now let's slide into who's in and who's out. All brought to you, of course, by Tropical Gyros. I would say Pearlie's in, but it seemed like he's falling out. So we got to get Pearlie to chime back in. But like I said, we're going to check that out right now. And Tropical Gyros, both locations, available for you here in New Providence. And don't forget Freeport, Mackey and Madera, the flagship store, open until 6. You got the R&D Plaza open until 8. And, of course, Freeport is open and popping for you as well. And I hear they loving them Tropical Gyros down there in Freeport. All right, so we waiting for Pearly to zoom back in. We got Pearly. He's back.
I'm back. Yeah, I'm back. Forgive me. I don't know, my internet tripping out a little bit. So bear with me, please, Ali.
All right, but you good to go though, right? I mean,
good to go. Ready to show.
All right. So like I said, I got to cut out. I got to go entertain some tourists, bring the funny. And like I said, I'm going to let you take over this last hour and ride it home. We got all the particulars out of the way, but we need to get out of the way. But before I leave, I just want to say, you should be very happy today because your girl riddled off her ninth straight double-double to the tune of 28, 16, and 3.
Yes.
And they beat Caitlin Clark at point. It was a tight game. But
it was a tight game. The people had a couple of opportunities to win the game, but, defense prevailed.
And Caitlin was brilliant, 17 points and 13 rebounds through the first 3 quarters.
And then Delia.
And then nada in the fourth.
Angel put up 15 points in the fourth quarter, and as well as the Fever put up 15 points in the fourth quarter. So she basically tied what the Fever scored in the fourth quarter. She just took over.
If I got to take out a page out of Wakanda now, I have to ask, is this your champion? Is this your queen? Is this your GOAT?
This is my champion.
Is this your GOAT that disappeared in the fourth quarter with no points?
Exactly.
Is this your great one? Is this who they are?
No, Angel is. She is the Angel.
All right.
The song, I can't sing the song.
Now,
song, Angel.
And I don't want you to sleep. Kobe's disciple, Miss Ionescu, she dropped 31 on him the other night too.
Yes.
With 8 assists.
Yes, she did.
And I am
Cardoso. I cannot pronounce the name, but she gave 16.
Cardoso.
She had a double as well. So they just
16, a monster for the Sky in years to come. You have a hard time.
And somebody was talking the other day at this point who would be rookie of the year, and a lot of people are saying it should be Angel Reese because the Sky is not expected to be where they are now. Indiana had a pretty decent team last year. They should have been a lot better than they are now.
Pearly, you and I both know she may deserve it, but she's not going to get it.
No, because, if she keep doing what she's doing, they'll have no choice but to give it to us.
Boy, that could be something. That could be something.
Especially if this guy makes the playoffs. That's a different story.
All right. Well, I'm sure Texter wants to know, who do you have to win tonight in the NHL, Pearly? I'm sure Pearly will get to that when he does the picks for you.
Yeah, I'll do that when I get to the picks later. Let's hold on, Dexter.
All right. So what we'll do right now is we'll take the quick break. We'll let Pearly get in position. I got to get to where I need to be. Pearly will take you the rest of the way. He'll talk local and international. I'm sure he'll talk the Dodgers. I'm sure he'll talk my Yankees losing.
We didn't play last night. We in Chicago tonight, but it'll be all right.
Now, listen, a couple of other things you might want to touch on. Stan Van Gundy going to be added to J.J. Redick's staff along with Rajon Rondo, so I'm hearing.
So I hear that. So I'm hearing that, yes.
Stan, he couldn't even have gotten the other Van Gundy, the better Van Gundy, who looks like Ron Jeremy's twin brother separated at birth.
Yeah, Stan.
And if you get that joke, I give you props. And if you don't get that joke, that's fine too. So
we're not in jokers, so I can't elaborate on the joke.
Exactly. So what we're gonna do is get to the break, and I gotta let you take a moment. I'm sure you'll have a great Final 10 lined up for him today too.
Yeah, something we'll call. Actually, it's interesting. A lot of callers are asking for football, but tomorrow we'll start football. But there's a nice, interesting on Cowherd. I'm talking about the Bronny and LeBron, and then talking a little bit about your Dallas Cowboys.
And guess what I care about, Purdy? Do you know that next week at this time, we will be 4 weeks away from football, albeit preseason. We will be 4 weeks away. Training camp will be open.
On the 13th of July, the first training camp's open.
Right. So we'll be 2 weeks away from training camp, and we're about 5 weeks away from preseason football.
And we're not that far away from kickoff. And if anybody else wants to know, we're sick.
Okay. And what's on Christmas Eve?
The day before Christmas.
Oh, you just threw that in there. Okay. I thought there was some sports game on the eve of Christmas Eve that we should have been watching.
No. There'll be football going on.
All right. Well, I'm off to entertain some tourists. I'm going to let you hold it down for me. We'll take the quick break. Flip side of the break, Pearly will be taking you home on the Monday, June 24th edition of Talking Heads, which continues right after this.
Are you tired of the hustle and bustle of city life, yearning for a relaxing getaway without the headaches of international travel? Well, we've got just the thing for you. Escape to paradise without leaving home with our limited time 2-fly free offer for Bahamas residents. Whether you're craving adventure, seeking to reconnect with your roots, or simply yearning to unwind in secluded shores, the Family Islands has something for everyone. But you better act fast because this incredible 2-fly free offer is only available until June 30th. Don't let this opportunity slip away. So why wait? Book your trip today. Escape the ordinary. Discover the magic of the Family Islands. Visit BahamasResidence.com for more information and start planning your ultimate island getaway today.
Play with Island Games. We making dreams come true. Play with Island Games. We paying more out to you. Don't mind the noise in the market. You getting cash in your pocket. 'Cause Island Games is spicy and spicy is tradition. So when you play Island Games, we putting Bahamians first. Guaranteed to pay Island Games. We like them other jokers. We've been here from the start. From the bike to computer. Island Games. We gonna make your dreams come true. We playing with Island Games.
Cancer Treatment Centers of America is now City of Hope, creating one of the leading cancer care and research networks from coast to coast, providing more of what you need. More locations means more care closer to home. More specialists means more expertise. More research means more breakthroughs. More advancements means more treatment options. And more options means more hope. Learn more at
Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. You will find what you're looking for among the growing collection of classic and trendy styles with new arrivals every week. John's covers the whole family and has great prices, helpful and friendly customer service. Your experience shopping with us will be time well spent. Shop with us online at www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliances, so come on into John's, located on Rosetta Street in Palmdale and Carmichael Road West. John's, we put fashion at your feet.
The Grand Bahama News is available every Tuesday in the Nassau Guardian. You can buy your local paper at Freeport Convenience Stores, Western Bakery, DeGregory's Fine Foods, and Bellevue Gifts. Now is the time to reach your Grand Bahama Market with affordable packages, including print and digital. Call GB News Sales Representative Kavandre at 822-6717 or message him on WhatsApp for ad rates. Classified ads are now available every Tuesday as well. Keep up with everything Grand Bahamian every Tuesday in the Nassau Guardian.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty, hosted by Earl the Pearl. On Guardian Radio 96.9 FM.
By Earl the Pearl. That sounds so good, doesn't it? What did you think? So good to be here with y'all today. Beautiful Monday. Well, not so much a beautiful Monday, overcast Monday. There was a lot of rain this weekend. A whole lot of rain this weekend. I just chilled, just chilling. It was just nice to have it. A lot of the grass is getting green. The trees are green. A lot of flowers are coming out. So it's a beautiful time, But back to sports. I want to hit back on the Chicago Sky game yesterday and the hype that a lot of people put on Caitlin Clark. And trying to hype her as the quote unquote, I'm going to say the great white hope of WNBA, but it's just not her that's growing the sport. It's a lot of other athletes, and particularly Angel Reese is doing her part. She's getting the coverage. She was dominant in the fourth quarter yesterday. Put up 15 points or 28 points in the fourth quarter. She did really well. The Sky is sitting in fourth place right now. Above the Indiana Fever, in a good position to make the playoffs. And I think they're starting to gel as a team. The guard play isn't the best. It isn't the best, but it'll get there. I think they'll come together as a team. They're starting to come together as a team a lot better now. And the Sky's not supposed to be where they're at right now. They were there, a pretty donkey team last year, trying to rebuild. They got two really good picks in 6'4" and 6'7". 6'4" Angel Reese and 6'7" Cardoso. Anyway, you know what I mean. So I'm excited. I do pay attention to my Bahama Mama in New York. The Liberty did pretty well yesterday. They were able to win the game yesterday. They're starting to play some really good basketball. So WNBA is growing. And I tell you, people, take a minute and watch them. It is good basketball. really good basketball. Those ladies, they hustle. They play really good ball. They got a lot of ball skills. Some of them can shoot the lights out. So it's really fun to watch. You don't see the dunks you will see in the NBA. Once in a blue moon, you'll see a dunk. But still, it's really good basketball. It's fun to watch, and it's exciting. I also took some time out to watch a little bit of the U.S. Track and field championships and the U.S. swimming, all the Olympic trials, basically. I started to watch that 1,500 freestyle, 30 laps in the pool. I almost fell asleep watching that. But the Americans got a 16-year-old kid that got wheels. I don't know if he'll make the Olympic team this year, but he is the future track and field for the Americans. They did well. Carrie, she did well in the 100 meters. Carrie Richardson, she did well in 100 meters. So it was some good track and field to watch, some good swimming to watch. So pay attention. I think I'm excited to see who we put out for Olympic team. I'm hoping we can put out, and talking to Sheldon the other day, 20 to 30 athletes. If the basketball team make it, that'll be a great thing to have. I saw a TikTok video of the team working out, and those young kids, VJ and the kid from Baylor, they look good. They look real good. They look real good. A good workout. Hopefully we'll scare some people. Hopefully we'll make a good run. It'll be a joy. It'll be a great thing. It'll be a history-making thing to see the Bahamas make the Olympics in basketball. That'll be history in its making. You know, in MLB baseball, the Marlins celebrated the Heyman night there. The Prime Minister's over there throwing out the first pitch. I didn't get to see it, so I don't know if he made it to home plate. You know, that's the big thing about the first pitch, whether you make it to home plate. I remember when Stephen A. Smith did it, he threw the ball out. He didn't make the plate. A lot of players think it's easy to do, and you get 30,000 people watching you, and you try to make it home plate. I don't know. So I'll wait for the video to see if the PM made home plate in the throwing out the first pitch over the weekend at the Miami Marlins Bahamas Day. I think that's the third time or the fourth time they've done it. Maybe more than that. Since Jazz has been there, we know that. And it's been a really fun time with them. They promote the Bahamas. They work with the Ministry of Tourism and Consul General in Miami to bring that about. A lot of Bahamians who live in the area was there pulling for Jazz. And, you know, this might be his last year in Miami. He may be a Dodger next year. So we'll have that Bahamian to hope to make that. A lot of people want to hear football. Football is coming, people. Football will be. There's coming. Some things are happening. There's still some talks about one or two trades to happen. With my Dolphins, they still need a right guard. I think they have a pretty complete team right now. They need a right guard. Connor Williams, who played center for us last year, who got hurt in the Tennessee Titan game. Initially, they said the injury, Drew Rosenhaus, who's his agent, initially said that the injury was going to be really, really bad. So a lot of people didn't think that he would be back until maybe week 7, 8, or 9. But the talk is Connor Williams may be back, be ready for week 1. The latest, maybe week 3. And if that happens, it'll be good for the Dolphins to sign him back. We signed a center, so we need a right guard. He can play right guard. He played left guard in Dallas. He can play right guard. It'll be a good improvement to the team. I think you could get him on the cheap. Maybe a little more than you would have paid him if you get him by week 8 or 9. But let's see what happens there. That'll be something fun to see. So a lot of players are getting ready to get there into football. Get into training camp. The first camp's open like Noddy and I spoke. And then the second one will open up on the 16th. The other. Some will open up on the 13th, 14th, 15th. All should be open by the 16th. That's rookies coming in. And then a few days later, the veterans all come in. So the rookies come in a few days early to get more familiar, because they already should be reading the playbook, ready studying the playbook. They've already had OTAs. They've already had rookie mini camp. So they've already had a taste of what the team is about. So they should be getting more in depth into learning the playbook, more in depth into getting into plays. And so when the veterans come in, they just move right into it. The big story for the Dolphins is, will Tua get his extension? When will Tua get his extension, we should say? Will they ride him out this year and then franchise him next year? Or will they franchise Jalen Holland next year and give Tua his contract this year? Initially, I thought the Dolphins only had $4 to $6 million in salary cap, but based on what I heard the other day, they have over $16 million in money, so they have some money to do some extensions, to sign another player if they need be. How much will Tua get? I think Goff got 53 million, Burrow got 55 million, Lawrence got 55 million. Will Tua get more than that? Should Tua get more than that? Let me know what you think. I think he should get that at least. If you give Trevor Lawrence 55 million, Tua should get that or more. Tua's numbers were better. He led the league in passing yards. The Dolphins team is in the top 3 in total offense. Okay, we didn't win the playoff game. We lost the playoff game, understood. But that was year 3 of Tua's career. First year, he was out half the season. Second, he had to play the full season, put up really good numbers. Experience just wasn't there. So we just got to see what he will do. Will he have the same year if he stays healthy? That'll be fun, you know. So I'm just anxious to see. All right. Boy, looking at the wrong thing. I thought I had a text come in. Okay, we have a call. I'll call you on the air.
Hey. Willie.
Are you there? How you doing?
Willie.
Hey, I can hear you.
You can hear me?
Yes, sir.
All
Yeah,
right.
man.
Listen. You know the girl Caitlin, right?
Uh-huh.
Just talking about Caitlin Clark.
Yeah.
But tell you something. If she was a colored girl, you'd have treated the same way they treating Mombosa and the other girl, which is English. What's her name?
Angel Reese.
Angel Reese. Let me tell you why. Remember when Larry Bird came in with Magic?
Yes.
Who they was boosting up?
Larry Bird and Magic had just beaten him for the NCAA
And
title.
that's what the media does.
Yeah.
Now watch this. You remember when you're
Juju Watkins out of USC.
watch this. You notice that they ain't saying nothing about her. They wasn't saying nothing too much about her. But she can beat homegirl record before she come to WNBA, you know. She can beat
Probably so,
Caitlin Clark
but
record.
she can shoot and she got a good inside-outside game, so she probably will.
Exactly. And just what? Willie,
I
hear you. Naughty was talking something about the Lakers staff team around JJ Redick. Call them again. Let me hear them.
Say it again.
You all was talking. You were saying something about the Lakers staff around JJ Redick.
Well, they talk about
His
Stan
assistant.
Van Gundy and Rondo, Rajon Rondo. They talk about the two members of the staff.
Who it is? Stan
Van
Van
Gundy.
Gundy?
Yeah,
And-
Stan Van Gundy. I think he coached the Knicks before, or maybe I can't remember.
He coached the Knicks and he coached Dinger. He coached the Heat.
Yes,
Coached the
yes,
Heat and the Knicks.
yes. You're
But-
correct. Yes.
And you say Rajon Rondo.
Yeah, that's another name coming up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now you know what type of coach them. You know what type of assistants them do is, right?
Tell me.
Rajon. That's pure
Yeah.
defense there.
So, yeah, that's the East defense. Yeah. So he probably be responsible for the defensive side of the ball.
Right. And you know Stan is the offensive play coach.
Yeah.
So he'll be more the offensive coordinator.
Yeah. You're correct.
That's how I do it.
And you know you got the head coach gets all the credit, but the real story is how well did his assistant, what kind of assistant coaches he got around him, and what kind of experience the assistant coaches got.
See, I believe JJ Redick, his coaching can come under their training progress. Their practice and things like that. Because, you know, he have a great IQ concerning how to position players, and he know the key players, he know the guard, you know all them things. Right?
Dan, but if you watch his,
I'm helping him out concerning conditioning them fellas them and giving them a mental state of mind and how to go about their positions and things like that. I think all that can play a very important role in Lakers doing plenty damage this season coming.
Well, he knows the X's and O's. I mean, basically, if you listen to him talk on ESPN, if you listen to him talk on his talk show, on his podcast, he knows the X's and O's, and which was, what some people think Darvin had a challenge with. So the problem with I have right now is when he calls a play or when he says something, is that or is that LeBron James saying that? And that would be different. He'll have to differentiate that.
Let me share something with you, right? Wiley, let me share something with you. I used to play ball, right? Listen to this. My coach didn't have a clue of the IQ what a coach supposed to have on the court. But let me show you what the most important part is. Although I was the one used to be telling him, like, hey, do X, Y, Z, or let's do this or let's do that. At the end of the day, he's still the coach. So he still has to make the decision whether to go with what I say or whether to go with what he believes we should do. And I think that's how it's going to be with LeBron. I know plenty people is be saying LeBron this and LeBron that. If you watch all of the coaches with LeBron coach, every decision LeBron give the coach going along with it. See?
That's true.
But on every team, you have a player what get a little bit more IQ than the coach or have just as much IQ as the coach. But then they're to try and overshadow the coach. They there to try and be there to try and help the coach. See? And that's what a good player does.
You right. You very right in what you're saying. But the perception is this is LeBron boy. This is LeBron who can pull the strings. That's the perception. And he has to show when he gets that hey, this ain't about LeBron, this with me, and I doing these calls. I respect what LeBron say.
Let me heads up. Let me give you some heads up. You remember when Kobe was there, right?
Yeah.
You remember Byron Scott?
Yeah.
Byron Scott was Kobe boy.
Yeah.
You know what used to say the perception is Kobe telling Byron Scott what to do and all them days?
Yeah, but Byron had pedigree. Byron had a hardware. Byron played with Magic. Byron was older than Kobe. Byron had experience. Byron had championships. JJ and LeBron played together. They were teammates.
But that ain't nothing. Oh, and LeBron and thing I play with Kobe too. What he name? What the way name? What the last coach was a Laker player. Oh shoots, man. What he name, man? Him and Kobe play together. They win championship together. What he name, man?
You got me locked this now.
Yeah, man, it's another player. Okay, yeah, Byron Scott was one. But there's one after Byron. He didn't even go into the thing about leave the Lakers. I think he going to play with
Luke Walton. Luke Walton.
Right, Luke Walton. Him and Kobe play together.
Yeah, but he was
don't try and outshine their coach. They try to make their coach look good. And that's what Kobe did.
Wait, I want you to repeat what you say. Say it again. A good what? Say it again.
A good player don't try and outshine their coach, but they do things to make their coach look good.
You think LeBron can do that? You really think LeBron is not going to outshine the coach?
Listen to me. Even if he outshine the coach, he's doing it for the coach to look good. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay, we'll see.
Listen to me. LeBron can't coach the team. Why he can't coach the team? Because they wouldn't allow that. They wouldn't allow
Magic
that.
did it. Magic was player coach.
When Magic played with King of them. Huh? When Magic played with Pat Riley.
Huh?
And when Magic played with Pat Riley.
He didn't play Pat Riley. Well, he played under PatRiley.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But Magic got a great IQ. Especially after
Pat Riley was a basketball genius.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say he was a genius. I know he know how to pick his team, he know how to pick his players, and he know. See, let me tell you the difference between Pat Riley and all the other rest of them coaches. I wouldn't put Pop in it, but all the other rest.
Okay.
Pat Riley, if you know Pat Riley the way I know him, you know Pat Riley was something like Don Shula.
You think so?
They don't play when it comes to practice.
Oh, okay, all right. Okay,
they will wait you under the ground.
Okay, I got you.
You know, Don Shula used to have niggas that practice them in the parking lot. Huh?
Yeah.
Them niggas, when it comes to practice, they have them niggas playing so hard that when it's game time, it's hard to run with them niggas. Why you think?
Yeah, but things change now. But
no, I'm saying that's the type of coach Pat Riley them was.
Yeah, but
Pat Riley was the coach. He used to wait Magic them under the ground. Why you think people couldn't run with them when they come to that Showtime thing? They stay running.
Do that now. You can't do that now. You can't do that now.
No, you can't do that now. But I just
I read a story one time. This writer
the type
said,
of coach you had back then, and they were successful in their thing up. And I like saying with JJ Redick, Paulie, let me tell you something. Whether people saying LeBron this or LeBron that, at the end of the day, that brother is the coach, and I know the way I listen to him analyze games and things like that, and not only analyze the game, but analyze players.
I'm saying he has an excellent basketball IQ.
Yeah.
Can he translate that on in the coaching and translate that into the players? That's the time we tell. That's my only concern.
He can do it.
And when he do it, as him, not as LeBron's lacking.
Hold on. And what he named it? Jason Kidd?
Yeah, Jason Kidd did it. The guy at Golden State, what his name is? The coach at Golden State did it. Tyrone Lue did it. Some others did it. Some of them.
All them do it.
And I'm hoping he did it. Now listen to me. I all for a rookie coach, because I tired of us retreading the coaches and bringing the same fellas back every time who ain't having that success. I don't have a problem because Boston did it. Boston bring a rookie coach and then he got a championship. So I don't have a problem with doing that. I just hope that JJ can do it as JJ Redick, not as JJ James.
Let me tell you something. I learned, Billy, that I talk about in the basketball world. When you see coaches them, okay, like JJ Redick, you're talking about him and LeBron tight. They can even be tighter. Not only him and LeBron can be tight. The whole team, all of them can be tight. When you find a coach, what is all of his players them tight, close? Let me tell you something. That's a hard team to beat, boy. Because all of them gelling and all of them on one accord, on one page, their assignment is to do one thing, win. Because that's the type of coach they got.
Bro, if he's a player coach,
Rondo like win.
Listen, if he does that,
Steve Gandhi, he like win. That's a winning team right there.
Listen, if he does that, if he takes the team to the Western Council, man, I'm a happy man.
Really, I don't like you host the Western Conference final like that. Listen to me, championship, man.
No, I'm saying first year if he go to the Western Conference final, I good. Championship is great. That's great. The NBA championship is great for me. But if he make it to the Western Conference final with this team in his first year, then I accept him as my coach.
Now another thing, everybody see the whole team yet. So we ain't know what type of makeup he can put. We ain't know what kind of tweeting he can tweet to make that team become what you just said just now, Western Conference final team. That's what we need to tell. They put the whole squad together.
In 4 months we'll know.
Right, 4 months, all that.
Yeah, but Skid, I gotta run. I gotta get to the
4 months, Bailey.
I know, but 4 months I can be.
That's almost the time the regular season start.
Yeah, but I can be in the heart and soul of the Dolphins by then, so I really don't pay much attention to the NBA until after January.
Okay then. Well, anyhow, I can finish tuning in.
All right, brother. All right, take time. Interesting goal there. Hey, very interesting. Very, very interesting. But like Skidder saying, he has a lot of confidence in JJ. And I hope if JJ works out all right. If he does, I'm happy. I'm happy. Let's get to the picks for tonight. All right. The first thing I'm gonna do is look at what went down, what's going on in the NHL. Now, McDavid from the Oilers have been playing some super hockey. They got the momentum going their way. They're favorites to win tonight. Florida looked like they collapsed. Florida had a 3-0 lead. The Oilers have put some good games together, really outscored them, I think 7-1, 5-1, and maybe 4-3 or something like that. They've really outscored them and really played great hockey. I'm picking Edmonton tonight. I'm just going with the momentum where the momentum is. Florida's at home. I said they had the best defense in this league. I'm going to go with the Oilers. Tonight, Oilers Stanley Cup champions. Oilers Stanley Cup champions as of tonight. So break out the cup, start celebrating, and let's see what happens with them tonight. Any other picks? Let's look at some baseball picks. The Dodgers are in Chicago tonight. Paxton pitching for the Dodgers, 7-1 Paxton. I picked the Dodgers tonight. The Orioles over the Cleveland Guardians. I like the Phillies over the Detroit Tigers. I like the Tampa Bay Rays over the Mariners. No, I like the Mariners over the Tampa Bay Rays. I like the Red Sox over the Blue Jays. And I like Cincinnati over the Pirates. And I like the Braves over the Cardinals. The Rangers over the Brewers. I like the Marlins to take another one tonight. And I like the Angels over the Oakland Athletics tonight. And the Padres, 2 more games, the Padres over the Giants tonight. There you have your picks. You pick whatever ones you want to do. Key ones will be the Edmonton Oilers over the Florida Panthers, the Dodgers over the White Sox, Orioles over the Guardians, and the Cubs over the Giants. Pick them, whatever you have, Naughty say, do all of that. It's been a great time. We're going to go to the break when we get back. Colin Cowherd will be talking a little bit about the LeBron James Bronny situation and some talks about Dallas. It's been good filling in for Naughty. Take care of yourselves, everybody. Have a good day. We'll see you tomorrow, 4 o'clock with Naughty. 5 o'clock I'll be on with Naughty tomorrow. Have a great day. Drive safe and take time.
We all know that our country's electricity infrastructure is decades old. It is breaking down, it is too expensive, and it cannot transmit clean energy. Small changes aren't enough. We are taking it all on. Upgrading and modernizing the grid, solar power, major energy reform. That's how we get to lower prices and more reliable electricity. It will not happen overnight, but it will be game-changing.
Go to newenergyera.gov.bs to learn more.
Is it a burger? No. Is it pizza? Come on, man, it's KFC. Whatever the crunch this is, it's delicious. New, the Kentucky Chizza Sandwich. Crispy chicken topped with marinara sauce, mozzarella, and pepperoni. Order your Chizza Sandwich now at kfcnassau.com or at your favorite KFC restaurant today. It's new and it's radical. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
Refined style with elegant taste, then fine threads is your place. If you want those slacks hemmed or just taking the waist, then fine threads is your place. If you wanna look suave and debonair everywhere you go, like you're supposed to be in a video, wanna step out and look great, then fine threads is your place. Refined style with elegant taste, then fine threads is your place, is your place, is your place.
Happy Independence Bahamas! Let's celebrate 50+1 together with a unique Janae's Uniform Center Independence print, dry fit polo or t-shirts, ribbons and pole bows in black, gold, and aquamarine. Janae's special family package includes buy 2 adults and 3 children Independence polos or t-shirts and get 15% off. Outfit your staff for a special Independence dress of week or day with a different design. For more than 30 pieces of Janae's Independence polos or t-shirts, get up to 25% discount. Janae's Uniform Center Chesapeake Road Independence Selections. Choose your favorite and celebrate 50+1. Restrictions apply.
This is Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM, Nassau, Bahamas.
Come on, Skip. We all know the script. As a matter of fact,
you got it.
I got it.
Oh, interesting.
Bronny James with the 17th overall pick from the Los Angeles Lakers.
17?
We take Bronny James.
Wow.
Come on, this is inevitable. He's going to play with his dad. This is what this season is going to be all about for the Lakers. Unless there's any other significant changes to the roster through trade or anything of that nature, this is going to be a storybook ending for LeBron James to say he played with his son, Bronny. And we all will be tuned in. This is his opportunity, him to give tutelage to his son, show him the ins and outs of what going through an NBA season is all about on and off the court, nurture him, and then Bron is off into the sunset. And this is what documentaries are going to be made of. This is what books are going to be wrote about. Only the second father and son combination we've seen in sports that I can think of in my lifetime. I don't know any other, Skip. Maybe you've been around and seen a father-son combination, but I only know the Griffeys in baseball. Mm-hmm. And for us to see this in the NBA would be unprecedented. And I can't wait. I can't wait to see this. This is all scripted. This is in the making. Clutch Sports. This is what's going to happen, Skip. I just don't see no other way.
You know, I know that he'll play pro basketball somewhere.
I always start off by saying that, Skip. Do I believe that he will be a Los Angeles Laker at the 55th pick if that's the way that they want to go?
17th pick.
No, they'll take Zach Edey, I think his name is, at 17. They'll take a higher rated prospect at 17. If the Lakers...
You go with that if.
Well, what else am I supposed to say? Get me there without saying if.
You go.
I don't know another way to get there. But I don't know if Bronny James' desire is to play with the Lakers and his father and follow in his footsteps, right along the way.
Yep. I mean, he has made comments saying maybe he doesn't.
But what I could envision, because Rich Paul, as his agent and representative, has gone on record to say he's not looking for any charity. He's not looking for a two-way contract because two-way contracts will not allow the individual players to develop at the level that they need to develop at. Because, financially, when you put finances behind somebody as an organization, you want to see that through. You want to see that prospect
through. But you had suggested,
through.
I don't know, a week or two ago, maybe the G League is the place for him.
But not on a two-way contract. Mm-hmm. There's a difference.
Just to be permanent G League?
Just give him a real deal. Yeah. And then you can move him up and back whenever you want to. On a two-way deal.
Give him an NBA contract.
An NBA contract. If you give him an NBA contract, you can play with it. People will sit back there and say, well, why does he need a real deal? Because he needs a real deal. His daddy money is his daddy money. No, real talk. He got access to it if need be. But his finances is his finances. His finances is his finances. His agent wants to make sure that he's on a real deal because real deals, there's certain slots, as you know, Paul. There's only so many slots for how many is 15 guys under contract? Yeah. So it's only certain slots for those 15 guys to get real deals. And everybody else, they have slots for two-way guys. He doesn't want to be on that because he wants to get significant development. Now, I envision this. Him not playing with his father, some other team either selecting him in the second round or signing him as an undrafted free agent, giving him a real contract as an undrafted free agent. Mm-hmm. And if he doesn't develop or make the team or whatever the case is, then he would go and join the Lakers. That's the way I see it. Because I don't know that LeBron, even though they probably don't really care, but I don't feel, based on what's been coming out of their camp recently, that they want to have that type of pressure applied to this young man by playing alongside his father and having to deal with just the whole only reason why, opposed to him having his own way to the NBA. I just don't see it. I see him saying maybe he goes to Phoenix or maybe he goes to San Antonio or somewhere where he's developing his own identity. Because that's important to this young man.
Can you see him getting some quality developmental minutes with Phoenix or San Antonio this coming season?
Not without stopping in the G League first. But doesn't mean that just because he stops in the G League first, doesn't mean that he won't have a real contract.
I can see it for the Lakers. I mean, you got to think about the Lakers are probably not even they're not even a playoff team. They're not.
Stop!
Key.
We get it, y'all won the championship. Yay!
They're a play-in team, Key. They're not even a playoff team. They're a play-in team. So, of course I can see
for the Lakers is unbelievable.
No, I'm just saying, the facts are the facts. Let's just state it how it is. The Lakers over the last, seasons just play-in team. They've been
in the playoffs. They've been in the playoffs the last couple of years. And in fact, they went to the Western Conference Final.
As a play-in
Doesn't matter.
team.
They still, Paul, they got there. No matter how they got there.
I'm saying, they're
y'all lost last year to a play-in team.
In transition right now. They're a team that really has no identity. They're a team who got a coach by default. They're a team it's just not as constructed that's going to go anywhere anytime soon. So why not draft Bronny and develop him? Like say, hey, all right, we're going to put you behind D'Angelo Russell and give him those minutes to play with his dad.
Why are you keeping us with D. Russell, man? What make you think we going to do that?
I'm just saying. this is a transition. LeBron, if he plays 1 or 2 more years, this is what it is for the Lakers. Stop putting him, like think about this. You get a young guy who needs some minutes, where do you put him? Well, you put him on a team that's in development stage. You don't
But
put
the
him on a
Lakers are
team.
not in development stage.
They are.
How?
They
got AD, LeBron.
I get it.
Rui. If you want to add D'Lo, Austin Reeves.
You know what?
Gabe Vincent. Who else?
I'll be shocked if the Lakers. I'll be shocked if the Lakers make the playoffs next year.
How?
With this roster.
Okay.
I'll be shocked.
Whether or not they make the playoffs next year,
I'll be shocked if they
skip
did.
with this roster. How is that a development team? Can you please explain this to this young man? How's that a development
I
team?
thought they were going to be really good last year, and if 4 guys hadn't gotten hurt who contributed next to nothing,
Paul.
they would have been pretty good because they didn't have Jared Vanderbilt all year.
Don't sit here and tell me if they had Jared Vanderbilt, it would have made a world of a difference.
He's their primary defender. Gabe Vincent was supposed to be there.
He's not an all defensive performer. Gabe Vincent, it was not on the all defensive team ever.
No.
So y'all can't tell me, you sit up here and tell
But
me
they're not
that Vanderbilt and Gabe Vincent would that make that much of a difference on what the Lakers did
This
last year.
This is not the Houston Rockets of 2 years ago.
It's not.
The Houston Rockets of 2 years ago was a developmental team. That was a team that was young, and they was just trying to see who was who.
Maybe I said the wrong. I said maybe the word is a transition team. They're transitioning into.
Well, it's not like
the
they have
future.
a bunch of young players who are trying to figure it out. They don't have
I
any.
feel like in the next couple years they're going to transition into that. That's why you hire J.J. Redick. Because once LeBron goes off into the sunset, you're going to start trying to acquire draft picks.
So you're going to move on from Anthony Davis then?
I probably would. That'll be the wise move to do.
So if they moved
That'll
on,
be the wise move to do in a year. They don't make the playoffs next year. Why not explore trading Anthony Davis to the OKC and get some draft picks and try to transition into what's gonna be?
But that's
in the
not
future.
this year.
It could be as early as this year.
Okay, so
Listening
Paul,
to you, man.
First issue is, why would the Lakers, if the script is written, why would they waste or use the 17th overall pick on Bronny when